evening, ghosts and ghouls. You're listening to a horrible podcast.
Good evening. It's the one, the only JT Ripper, and I'm here with
Todd of Thunder.
And today we're going to be reviewing episode 4 of The Last of Us, titled, not entitled. We're not entitled, they're entitled. Please hold my hand.
Yeah, please hold my hand. And, we kick off the episode of them
driving
and camping in the woods and trying to just get to their destination. We're going on a journey with them. And this episode, we're just right there with their travels.
Yeah, it kind of focuses on Joel and Ellie's relationship. You see them grow more into kind of like that father-daughter type. You see it blooming, you see the seeds being planted. You see it, it's what it's going to be. And
you get a little glimpse of how Joel sees this as a mission and how it kind of blossoms into, care and love, because, if you're around somebody for a good period of time, you're going to develop feelings. So it becomes less about a mission and less about a job and more about caring for one another.
Right, which episode 3 set up very nicely.
Yeah, and, the show is doing a good job of planting the seeds of that. It's not, they've already went through some shit, and it's already 4 episodes. It's only 4 episodes in, so
yeah.
When you go through traumatic stuff like that, every single episode somebody's dying.
Yeah, it's kind of how it is in the game. So
you can only assume that to look forward to them growing closer together. And this episode, some people call it a filler, but I call it an episode where it's very necessary for the growth. Sometimes you got to slow down on the action part and kind of get back to the story a little bit.
Yeah, and they do that. But you also do get some action in this, too. With the fake out of this new group that's not quite Fireflies. And they fake out Joel and Ellie while they're driving.
Yeah, they're driving through the city, and
you see this guy who looks wounded, and it's a fake out. Joel
knows.
Yeah,
he's done that before himself, so he knows that this is just bullshit.
Yeah,
Ellie is very young. She
doesn't know the
dark
side.
She doesn't know the world outside of this post-apocalyptic world that The Last of Us is.
Yeah,
she doesn't know how the world used to be. She doesn't know. She doesn't know any of that thing. So the things that kind of we take for granted, she finds fascinating. There's
riding in a car.
Yeah, she's like, this is only my fucking second time riding in a car.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting to think that in the future something like that could happen in real life, and there could be kids born that have no idea what modern basic things is. They might not know what a fucking microwave is, or they might not know what fucking Xboxes or PlayStations are, or televisions, or I heard about televisions. How did that work?
Yeah.
Same shit that movies in the past have done, where Back to the Future and stuff, where he talks about modern day things and they have no idea what he's talking about.
Right.
That's kind of like that in reverse.
Yeah, which is crazy to think, but yeah, so, you see Joel protecting Ellie a lot in this episode and opening up to her a lot because she saves Joel's ass because he's about to fucking die from this ambush.
Yeah, and he gets into it with one of these guys, and the guy is almost like
choking him to death with his gun.
He's pretty much got him down and out.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for Ellie fucking popping him right in the nugget.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Ellie defying Joel and taking this gun. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because before this, Joel wouldn't let her have any type of weapon because I guess he, for a number of reasons, he
Probably didn't trust her.
He didn't trust her, and he probably didn't think that she knew what she was doing with it.
Right. And, he takes the gun from her after she shoots him and everything, but then he realizes that, she saved his ass, and then he kind of opens up to her, shows her how to hold the gun, make sure she knows what she's doing, lets her use the gun. So, it's a very subtle moment, but it's a big moment because at this moment you realize he's really trusting her.
Yeah, and it's one of those moments where he's like, maybe this is a good idea. Maybe, she's already proven that she can save my ass. Maybe this is a good idea to, have backup. And it's probably not the ideal backup that you want, but this is what you have at the moment and you have to deal with it. So you might as well, if she has to use the gun, you might as well teach her how to use it right.
Right, exactly. And, after this whole firefight thing and we're introduced to this other group, you don't kind of know what's going on at first, but, excuse me, that they're looking for someone, and then they're going after Joel and Ellie too because, they kill some of their people, and then there's a good character building moment where they're in this abandoned building and they're camping out again after this fight, and they're saying some dad jokes back and forth to each other, just opening up. It feels like a very father-daughter moment.
Yeah, it's a bonding moment, and Joel finally opens up and cracks a smile, and they share a good moment. And that's the moment where you know that they're kind of both embracing one another for the moment.
Yeah.
And, it's a good moment because they're still in serious shit because they know these people are after them and they can get killed or whatnot. But, it's a good moment in between to share with one another. And, this other group, I've said it before, I don't play the video games. I don't know who the hell they are. You probably do, but
no,
I have no idea who they are.
They've inserted this side group. I think you're going to find out more about this group.
Yeah, as it goes on.
Episode 5. I don't think they're going to play a big part, but I think they're playing a part because, as Joel and Ellie's sleeping and everything, they wake up to Sam and Henry that walks up on them that is in the video game.
Well, they're the ones that the group is looking for initially.
Yes. So that's where this other group plays a factor into it.
Yeah,
but in the video game, it's not like this.
Well, apparently these guys have done something to where the other group thinks that they have betrayed them, and that's why they're looking for them. And this group is led by this woman who doesn't seem vicious or mean or whatever, but she kind of her actions in this episode made me feel like she's trying to pretend to be a badass. She really isn't. She just does it so she can keep control over people, I guess. Because there's a doctor that she basically shoots. She's talking to him and she's like, where's Henry? Where's this? Where's that? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I don't know. And she puts a gun to his head and he's like, what are you doing? I delivered you. Blah, blah, blah. So apparently this doctor was the doctor in this town. And, I'm sure in further episodes we'll probably find out, he was a part of something, important or whatever. But after Joel and Ellie kill some of her men, she goes back into this little holding cell that she has him in and just blasts him, just wastes his ass.
Yeah.
And there's really no explanation, but like I said, this is only the 4th episode. This is, that's the deal with series like this, we're waiting for more information. We know it's coming. So, hopefully we'll get some answers in the future,
Yeah, I don't think this group's going to play too big of a role in it, honestly, because the main group is going to, of course, be the Fireflies and the government.
Right. Well,
That's
I assume though that while Ellie and Joel's on their way to their destinations, there will be speed bumps, and this group is probably one of the speed bumps.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm picking up what they're putting down. But I thought it was a pretty good episode.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, it wasn't as emotional as the last episode, but I think that every episode that I've seen so far, it's been a purpose for it, whether it was designed to introduce new characters, whether it was a design to show Ellie and Joel's relationship grow, whether it was, emotional, whether it made you laugh or made you fucking angry. Like, every episode seems to have a narrative of its own. Like, you can point to each episode and say, okay, well, that episode stands out on its own because of this. That episode stands out on its own because of that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm digging it so far because, sometimes with series, it all runs together and you can't remember shit and you have to go back and watch it. Like, so far, I think every episode is distinct from one another.
Yeah, and it does a good job with the delivery and everything.
Right, and it doesn't stray too far from. It's not like this episode is so different from that episode that it seems like in a different world. I'm not talking about like that. I'm just talking about like the actions within the show.
Yeah,
are significantly different. Like, I can still think back to the first episode right now, and that's been 4 weeks ago, and I can still remember what happened, and I can still point it out. So I think that's a great when a series can do that.
Yeah, it's definitely this show is definitely running on all cylinders. They are getting everything right. You're an idiot. I wouldn't call this a filler episode. I would call it a filler up episode.
A growth.
Yeah,
character growth episode.
Yeah, it's just building on character development and introducing more new characters and keeping the story interesting.
Yeah, I really liked it as well. I heard from somebody that described the next episode, which I'm pretty excited to watch. They said it fucked them up. It traumatized them, so I'm interested to see what episode 5 has in store.
It traumatized them?
That's what they say. Some people can over-exaggerate, but...
Okay. I don't think it's going to fuck me up. I mean, it's not like fucking Serbian movie.
No. I mean, well, some people have different versions of what traumatized is, and people are oh my god, it just so traumatized.
I know what it is, but I'm not gonna go into it. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody. But I know that it's gonna stick to the game. It's not gonna vary from it. But this was a good episode. You're not ranking the episodes, but I am ranking the episodes, and I give this one a solid 8 out of 10.
Sweet.
Keeping the episodes pretty high in ranking. I mean, so far, I can't give every episode a 10, but I don't feel like anything's gonna fall below an 8 if they keep going like this.
And like I said, once again, I'm looking forward to the next episode, and that's all that I can ask for is when I'm watching these shows, and I can't wait to the next episode. That's what keeps you interested in a series like this.
Yeah.
If you watch an episode and you're not even looking forward to the next one, that's when you know that maybe this show ain't for you.
Nope.
But I haven't got that feeling. I'm pretty excited to finish it out, and on to the next one.
Yep. It's been real. It's been fun. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. I'm JT Ripper.
And I'm Todd of Thunder saying
toodaloo.